you that. Again, we just take being gay. Just because I
Right.
think about boys in this sexual way don't make me
Correct.
doesn't make me gay yet. According to the definition, doesn't make me gay yet because I haven't done any sexual acts with the person.
Gay thoughts.
but but they're just thoughts. Until I perform those
That's
actions,
funny.
that's it. So that, again, that's a different mindset. Like, am I gay or am I not gay? Two different
Right.
mindsets.
Let me see it real quick. Right. Exactly.
Am I a fun boy or am I not a fun boy?
Right.
I don't know. I was just thinking about that.
Okay.
There was better collective at the time I thought about it. I did voice. I didn't voice memo it myself, but I sent it to my email it to myself using the voice recorder.
Right.
And you know how all that goes.
Right.
I don't proofread until after I send it. But speaking of what Lakira was saying, let's close out on this one real quick. Came across this post that said, "Lord, give me patience, because if you give me strength, I'll need bail money to go with it." Funny. I initially laughed at it. It's hilarious to me. And I believe it was meant to be funny as well. But
Definitely.
again, me encouraging my thoughts that I like to do, I thought about, again, one of those repetition things that I always see read and do see performed by other people in the world. And it got me thinking, another one of those acting out life type things again. It's like that theory of mine where I'm like, I think that we actually do know who we are. We just deflect from ourselves because whatever reason that is for why we do it, I don't know.
Right. But it's being done. We don't know why it is, but yeah.
Exactly. So again, I think we know exactly who we are. We just deflect from ourselves. That being said, that's exactly what I just read from this person. You know that you a nigga, but here you are praying to God because you know who you are.
Right. And God already give you a mind to, you know what I'm saying? You already have a mind to do right or wrong.
Exactly. You already know what to do to not need bail money, but here you are praying to the Lord,
right?
Putting your accountability on something else.
Yeah.
Because you know you're gonna do something retarded because you wanted to. You already want to do this, but you're trying to. Oh, here's a big factor in this, because I hear this on a very often basis. I hear it on a very often basis. You know exactly what you're going to do. You know you wanted to, and you've been wanted to, because you try to do this thing called practice being nice. Have you ever heard that before? I'm practicing trying to be nice. I'm practicing being nice. I gotta practice to be nice. I'm like, nigga, you have witnessed visually what nice is. How do I know you witness it visually what nice is? Because I know you experienced niceness in your lifetime before. So you know what nice is. So why you gotta try to be nice when you know how to actually, you don't even gotta know how to actually be nice. Just be nice.
Right.
Because if you know how to be nice and you're trying to be nice, you're acting out nice and you're not being your genuine self, and you know you're being fake, but you don't want nobody to know you fake because of you know who you are already.
Deep. Nah, for real. People don't think like that.
And that's why I think it's intimidating to use your brain. And that's one reason why people probably
like
get mad.
Especially nowadays.
Yeah, and people get mad again, deflecting from themselves. If I was to say, stop being intimidated by thinking, it's not a punishment. But you would
Right.
get mad over that. You think I'm dissing
Right.
you.
Especially if I say use your brain
Exactly.
or think.
You think I'm dissing you. Everybody,
Mhm.
if you don't pick out what other people have called out on you already yourself, you're deflecting from it. Like I have heard this person on the radio said that her friend asked her how you're doing. You look distraught, or what is how you pronounce it?
Distraught.
Distraught,
Yeah, you said it right.
distraught. You look
Distraught.
distraught. You look
Like
that
brought,
way.
caught,
Yes,
ought,
distraught.
distraught.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Distraught. She
Yes.
got she said her first mind was to get angry because she said she looked distraught. Her friend said that she looked distraught, and and she and she took defense.
People are
She said I took defense on that. I took that negative because my friend said something about me.
people are sensitive to words, and plus, you know, when you don't really know what a word means, you confused. You don't take it right. She ain't know what distraught means.
And probably not.
Me, distraught? He probably thought she said destruct.
Exactly.
Like you self-destruct. I ain't self-destruct. I said distraught, bitch.
Here's one thing that I'm getting at is that again, before we go to I mean, well, not before, but yes, we go to our favorite emotion. It's not even a choice no more. That's why I said, I think you
Anger.
know who you are. Yeah, our favorite emotion to run to is anger, and like I said, it's not a choice anymore. Like she said, my first thought was to get, it's not a choice. You're automatically set to go there because of
Yeah.
your personality. You know who you are already.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
deflect from it.
Yeah, you need to rewire yourself.
The repetition of the things that I see and hear throughout life while I'm out and about, going to these different places, seeing the same thing at these different places. That's why I'm like, man, my mindset is like, I'm fed up with repetition, with everything of repetition, in all degrees of repetition. Like life is repeating itself, and people don't realize they're repeating life and life itself is repeating without, like, subconsciously.
Default.
Yeah, set to freaking default. Like you don't have any standard set.
Hmm.
You just set it. It's just automatically set to default, and you don't think about changing
Right.
it, even though you know who you are.
You know what it's supposed to be. You know the correct setting, but you leaving
Hmm.
it on default.
The accountability of I wanted to is never said, and
Wow.
that's why niggas get labeled as niggas.
Right.
Because of the
Yeah.
unofficial first impression that we all, well, that I all, but I say all, and that's what I wanted to say too. When I say that we all see, again, nigga, you know who you are. The nigga that know who they are the ones that always offended. Always offended. Nigga, you know who you are. Why? Because you take a generalized conversation and turn it singular when it's your turn to speak, or when you decide to cut in. You turn it into a singular thing. You single yourself out without us saying anything about George.
Right.
But George would come out to defend the nigga that he ain't, even though we ain't said niggas was George, but George know that he's a nigga,
Hmm.
so he takes offense.
Right. So he getting mad. Yeah.
Exactly. Like sunshine, my mindset is basically whatever talk. My mindset is set to conversation. I take nothing to heart. You would rather get mad at me for hearing something that I said versus questioning what I said.
You getting mad?
I'm getting rich.
Watch it. Watch it. You getting mad? I'm getting rich.
Exactly. And the getting even to me is laughing at what you think that you thinking about, that you assuming about, because you haven't asked me any questions.
Right.
And that's how they do with life, period. What I see, again, the repetition of life is what I see. They don't ask questions. They would rather get mad and stay mad. Even when they call them out for being mad after you'd explain what it really was, they can't accept the accountability.
They get mad about that.
Exactly. You can't accept the accountability of nigga. It's okay. It's just a little insight. That's all. That's all it is. You know what? That right there is a little insight. You getting mad over a little insight. That makes me think about what we said earlier. You're intimidated about using your brain. You actually thought about something and it frightened you.
Right. Oh.
Nigga, it's just a thought. That's all it was. No need to be frightened of yourself. No need to be frightened of yourself. If you were actually cool about being this particular nigga that I'm calling you right now, you will actually know that nigga, it ain't nothing to take to heart, man. Again, you don't know me. You don't know me, but here you are making the assumption of who you think you know from this unofficial first impression.
Mm-hmm.
We just making fun. And due to how society is programmed to look at the term making fun of, you're literally missing the exact title of what you phrase making fun. We're making fun. We're making our own fun here.
Yeah.
You're only getting mad because in the process of me making fun, I'm making fun of you. And you are Sarah's, George's, and Frank's, Kevin's, Donnie's, all you niggas. For some reason, when I said making fun of you, all the Kevins, the Donnies, the Sarahs, the Franks all heard Sarah, Donnie, Frank, and Kevin, and now a nigga moment.
That one Kevin, that one Frank, that one Sarah
took offense to something that's not even pertaining to them, because if you know who you are, you wouldn't get mad at being a nigga that he didn't call you, because you don't label yourself as a nigga.
There you go.
So shout outs, man.
Man, shout outs to all the people who we call niggas. Shout out to the listeners, man, the viewers, man. Family, my family, your family, our family.
Guess how many listeners just became niggas, even though those were two separate entities you just said. Shout out to everybody we call niggas. And shout out to the listeners and to the listeners.
Yeah, right.
Listeners, just somebody, a Donnie in the listener bunch, just singled himself out to be a nigga.
Right.
Even though technically we call everybody niggas. So
I know I do. Like, look at this nigga here. This a little old lady. Look at this.
Exactly. Old lady. Even the old lady. Look at this nigga. Look, see, you don't even have to put old with it, because we're looking at somebody old. There's no need to put old with it. We just look,
Exactly.
there's no need to label or title it because the nigga know who you
Right.
talking about.